In the heart of Africa, in a land of endless green forests and towering baobab trees. Its waters were deep and dark, whispering secrets to the wind. No one who crossed it ever came back. The people called it Akamiri, the river of no return. Mothers warned their children, warriors sang songs of caution, and hunters never strayed too close. But Eo, a young hunter with fire in his heart, believed the tales were meant to trap the weak. He dreamed of crossing the river, of finding treasures hidden in lands no one else had seen. One night, under a blood-red moon, Eo dreamed of a woman standing in the river. She wore a shimmering wrapper, her voice like the rush of waterfalls, calling his name. When he awoke, his heart thundered with certainty. It was a sign. At sunrise, he marched to the village square, where the elders sat in council. "I will cross Akamiri," Eo declared boldly. The villagers gasped. The oldest elder warned him, "You go to your death, boy." But Eo, proud and defiant, only smiled. Death, he thought, was for those who feared to live. As Eo packed his spear, dagger, and a small pouch of kola nuts, a figure appeared at the edge of the village. She moved like mist, her wrapper the deep indigo of midnight. Her name was Nya. No one knew her, yet she walked with the authority of someone ancient. Her staff was black wood, carved with sacred symbols and hung with cowrie shells that tinkled softly. "If you wish to survive," she said, "you will need a guide." Skeptical but desperate, Eo agreed. Together they would face the river's raft out at the riverbank. An old canoe waited, narrow, long, carved from a single mighty tree. Symbols were etched along its sides, fish, stars, and eyes. Nya stepped into the boat without hesitation. Eo followed, clutching his spear. They pushed off into the misty waters. Silence closed around them, heavy and thick. The trees faded into shadows. The river whispered, voices in a language Eo couldn't understand. Somewhere in the distance, something laughed, a high, cold sound. The current pulled them deeper into the unknown, and Eo realized there was no turning back. The river stirred, rippling unnaturally. Figures emerged from the water, spirits, shimmering and translucent, their faces twisted and sorrowful. They floated beside the canoe, reaching out with long, glistening fingers. Nya hissed, "Do not speak to them." Eo gritted his teeth, feeling the pull of memories, his mother's smile, his father's laugh. The spirits whispered promises of warmth and home. But Eo paddled harder, pushing the canoe through the grasping hands. A spirit brushed his skin. It was cold, colder than death. He shuddered but did not stop.
The canoe struck land, a small island choked with twisted trees and thick vines. Bones littered the ground, bleached white under the dim sky. I stepped onto the shore, spear raised from the shadows. Creatures slithered. Half man, half beast monstrosities, jaguar-headed warriors, snake-bodied hunters. They attacked without warning. I fought fiercely, stabbing and slashing, his muscles burning. Enai struck with her staff, sending blasts of light into the attackers. But the creatures kept coming, their eyes glowing like embers. Survival meant moving forward. Retreat was not an option. Hidden among the trees, Abba watched. The ruthless chief of Okuta village, clad in crimson robes stitched with gold, had followed Io. Now, with Io weakened, Abba struck. His warriors, fierce men with iron bracelets and painted faces, charged. Arrows rained down. Io barely raised his shield in time. Enai fought beside him, staff spinning like a whirlwind. Abba himself waded into the fight, swinging a massive curved blade crackling with dark magic. Blood stained the ground. I realized too late. Humans could be more dangerous than spirits in the chaos. Abba struck Enai with a brutal blow across the chest. She fell, gasping, her wrapper darkening with blood. I cried out, slashing desperately at Abba's men. Enai, with her last strength, pressed her staff into Air's hand. "The heart of the river," she whispered. "Only you." Then she went still. Grief and fury roared through Io like a wildfire, holding the staff tight. He turned to face Abba, blood and mist swirling around them. The final battle was near. As Abba charged, the river answered Air's silent scream. Water exploded from the river's edge, rising into a towering wall. The face of an ancient spirit formed in the wave eyes like storms, mouth like thunder. Vines burst from the ground, seizing Abba's warriors, dragging them into the swirling depths. Abba screamed, slashing uselessly at the vines. before the river swallowed him whole. Only Io remained, trembling but alive. Before the furious, eternal gaze of Ikeimiri, the river parted, revealing a hidden path. At its end stood a stone pedestal, ancient and moss-covered. Upon it lay a mask of solid gold, encrusted with emeralds, glowing with an inner light. The heart of the river. Io stepped forward reverently, his hand closing around the mask. As he lifted it, the jungle around him came alive with light. Birds sang. The river, once so dark, shimmered blue under the sun. He turned, hoping to find Enai, but she was gone. Only her staff remained, planted firmly in the earth, with the golden mask tied to his belt and Enai's staff in his hand. Io paddled across Ikeimiri once more. This time, the river was silent, respectful. When he returned to Ekeji village, the people gathered in awe, singing and beating drums. He had crossed the river of no return and lived. But Io spoke little of the treasures. Instead, he told tales of courage, sacrifice, and respect for the forces greater than man.